Trent Alexander-Arnold broke the internet when he scored on his return to the Liverpool team. The boyhood Reds fan scored the winner in a cagey affair with Leicester City, and he proceeded to show his love for the club in his celebrations, sparking rumours of a potential U-turn in his plans to leave. In today's video, we have a huge update on Trent's potential U-turn, which we will look into in today's video, whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Arne Slot has responded to claims from Portugal that Darwin Nunez has been left out of his lineup due to a payment clause in Liverpool's deal with Benfica. Nunez has not started since the 3-1 win over Southampton on March 8th, and leaving him on 59 starts across Premier League and Champions League, that has sparked stories in Portugal. According to newspaper A Bola, Liverpool would be required to pay another €5 million to Benfica as part of their club record deal if the striker makes his 60th start in those competitions. That has already been disputed by sources on Merseyside, but Slot was questioned on the subject in his pre-Spurs press conference. The head coach admitted he had no knowledge of the clause, and therefore it might be true, but his response gave more of an indication that Nunez not starting is simply a sporting decision. Do you always believe what journalists say? Not always. Me neither, he said. Sometimes you should, but sometimes it's better not to believe everything that is written about players. This story is completely new to me, and I've said many times that I'm working at a club here where it's really nice to work. So mainly sporting directors are judged by the players they bring in. For me, it's very important to have a great working environment, and I have that with Richard Hughes. The last thing he would do, as I expect working with him for 10 months, is tell me, if you play him, it would cost us this much. That he would never do. I don't even know if it's true, yes or no, because we never talk about that. He never interferes with a lineup. It might be true, but if a journalist says it, we have to take it with a pinch of salt. While Slot has at least denied any awareness of the deal with Benfica, it must also be acknowledged that, just as with journalists, the public comments of a football manager are often not always the full truth. Taking his reply at face value though, and it is clear that Nunez is no longer considered part of his regular rotation of starting forwards. That could largely be due to the return to fitness of Diogo Jota, who was preferred to Nunez at the start of the campaign, but there is also an expectation that the Uruguayan will depart the club at the end of the campaign. Liverpool are reported to be open to offers for their number 9 with his strongest suitors in Saudi Arabia, and with their focus on planning for next season, it may not be in Slot's best interest to build around Nunez now. Now in a huge Trent Alexander-Arnold U-turn update, after muted hopes of a U-turn over his decision to leave Liverpool for Real Madrid, reliable reports have clarified Trent Alexander-Arnold's expected future. Alexander-Arnold's celebration after scoring the winner at Leicester last weekend only fueled speculation over his future beyond this season. With his shirt left hanging on the corner flag at the King Power as the vice-captain roared at the travelling cop, the message was ambiguous. His post-match interview with Sky Sports gave no indication over his plans, the right-back only insisting talks over his situation remain private. But fans later spotted Alexander-Arnold tapping the badge after the game. That was followed by a report from the Liverpool Echo claiming the club haven't given up hope of agreeing a new contract with their number 66. Supporters speculated over a possible U-turn, with theories added to by the imminent departure of Carlo Ancelotti from the dugout at Real Madrid. But both The Athletic's David Ornstein and transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano have insisted Alexander-Arnold remains on course to sign for the Spanish champions on a free transfer. Ornstein gave a brief response to a question over Liverpool, still attempting to keep the 26-year-old by reiterating that he's expected to join Real Madrid. And in an update on YouTube, Romano explained his understanding that the situation is still exactly the same. The deal is at the final stages, just waiting for the formal steps, just waiting to sign all the contracts, just waiting to complete all the documents, he said. So that's the direction of the story. Real Madrid. At the moment, no changes in the conversation and the situation with Liverpool. It's important to remind once again that Trent Alexander-Arnold is expected to join Real Madrid, despite the social media stuff, the celebrations and all the rest. Alexander-Arnold made his return to the pitch after 6 weeks out against Leicester, with a reception from the away supporters largely positive. There were, however, a number of boos on his introduction, and when a rendition of Scouser in our team was chanted, and speaking on the Stick to Football podcast, Jamie Carragher said, "Never boo a player in your kit." I can understand Liverpool supporters have all seen it differently, he explained. Some people are saying good luck to him, some people are really angry, some people are a bit like, okay, it is what it is. Never boo a player in your kit. He's playing for Liverpool, he's put the kit on, he still played his part in the season in terms of winning the league. You don't boo your own players. In other news, there has been zero progress regarding a contract extension for Liverpool centre-back Ibrahima Konate. With his current deal ticking down, the Frenchman has arguably enjoyed his best season yet for the Reds, starting 26 Premier League matches, the most he has managed in a campaign at Anfield. Konate is out of contract at Liverpool in 2026, however, with his future going under the radar compared to Trent Alexander-Arnold, Virgil van Dijk, and Mohamed Salah. This comes amid rumours of a Liverpool exit in recent months, with Paris Saint-Germain linked with a move for the defender. According to the Daily Mail's Lewis Steele, there has been zero progress when it comes to a new deal for the 25-year-old. He also points out that Joe Gomez and Jarell Quansah have external suitors too, hinting at potential significant changes to Arne Slot's defensive personnel. Konate not yet being tied down to a contract extension is a worry for Liverpool, considering he is viewed by some as the future leader of their defence. That said, there was little progress on new deals for both Van Dijk and Salah before they both signed in quick succession, with the latter recently debunking myths about him. "I've heard so many things that I signed, I didn't sign, or that I was in contact with so many clubs," Van Dijk said. "I was in negotiations up until the last month and we found a way. For me, there was only one club. That was Liverpool." Hopefully Konate agrees an extension sooner rather than later, with supporters wanting to avoid a similar situation to Alexander-Arnold, Van Dijk and Salah. While the France international's injury problems are a concern, those issues have lessened this season and he is still a relatively young player. Regardless of whether Konate stays or not though, at least one new centre-back is a must for Liverpool this summer. If Gomez or Quansah move on, 2 would be required. Bournemouth's Dean Huijsen continues to be mentioned as a leading contender to come in, with the Reds reportedly keen to trigger the $50 million release clause in his current deal on the South Coast. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you, I'll see you in the next video.